Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today we're going to be talking about the Kyrgies Tengries Walkabout slipper. Now, Kyrgies did send me this as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I do not share this content with Kyrgies prior to publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there is an affiliate link in the description box down below. If you're considering buying these slippers or any other product from Kyrgies, please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do get a small percentage of that sale kicked back to me, and all that money goes back to the channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. Now, before we talk about this slipper, let's talk a little bit about Kyrgies, because it was a new company to me. I had never heard of them before, but it's a pretty interesting company. Now, Kyrgies is a company from Kyrgyzstan, which is an Asian country bordered by Kazakhstan on the north, Uzbekistan on the west, Tajikistan to the south, and China to the east and southeast. And all of the products are both ethically and environmentally sourced and manufactured. The wool to make these comes from Kyrgyz sheep. I believe they're manufactured in Bishkek, which is the capital of Kyrgyzstan. The rubber used to make these crepe soles is a vulcanized milk of rubber. Now, this is the outdoor model, so this does feature a rubberized, vulcanized crepe sole, but they do make indoor versions as well that have, I believe, felt or suede soles, so they're going to be for indoor use. If you wear them outside, you're obviously going to wear them out. And this is not my first time with a crepe sole, but it may be my first time with a milk of rubber crepe sole. And I love these crepe soles. They are very durable and very, very grippy. So these are actually a really, really nice sole to wear. Now, I did choose the outdoor version. I chose it for a very specific reason. I have another brand pair of wool slippers that are incredibly warm, incredibly comfortable, and my wife is always incredibly cold, so she stole them on me. So I needed to replace those. And it was kismet because she stole them right about the same time that I got the opportunity to check out the Kyrgies, so I needed a new pair of wool slippers. Mostly, I use them mostly for walking the dog and running errands, mostly on the weekends and stuff like that. But I don't like to wear socks in summer or the winter, so I do like to just slide my feet into a nice pair of wool slippers with a rubber sole, and then I can take the dog for a walk. We walk at like 4:30 in the morning, so it's freezing cold outside. I like to have something nice, warm, and cozy on my feet when I do so. And these are kind of working for that. We'll get into that a little bit later on, but that was my direct replacement for the slippers that my wife stole from me. They're keeping her warm on her car rides to and from work because her heat's not so hot in her car, but yeah, at least they're still working. They're just not working for me anymore. All right, so let's do a quick spec rundown of the Kyrgies Tengries Walkabout. The Tengries Walkabout come in at $99 USD. They are available in 5 different color options. They are seen here in the oatmeal colorway. These slippers are handcrafted by felt artisans in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, and they are made from large sheets of pliable wool felt. Now, while this felt does start off comfortable, it will become even more so as it molds to your foot and creates a custom footbed for you as you're walking around. The Tengries feature a crepe outsole made from a vulcanized milk of rubber that I can say from personal experience is incredibly comfortable to walk on and very grippy even on slick surfaces. All of the wool used to produce these slippers is made from a low-impact chemical-free dyes to help produce less waste and have a minimal environmental impact. So how have I used my Tengries Walkabouts? Well, I already touched on this. I got these to be a direct replacement for my old dog walking slippers that seem to have just vanished on me. And while I do use these for that purpose, I don't use them as much in the morning. I do have to make those reappear sometimes because these are very thermal regulating. And what that means is you're not gonna get too hot. And one of the benefits of my old slippers, which is why they disappeared on me, is that they are very warm. So we are in the winter here, and it is sometimes in the low 20s. It gets colder than that, but right now we're seeing temperatures in the low 20s. And the Tengries are okay in those temperatures if I'm wearing a pair of socks, but I don't generally have socks on when I wake up in the morning, and I don't feel like putting on a pair of socks because I will only wear them for the 45 minutes I'm walking the dog, and then I take a shower and get ready for my day, and I don't like to put on the same pair of socks. So if I put them on, they then have to go in the hamper, and then I'm out of socks quicker. So they don't work as well with bare feet when it's that cold out. My feet were still a little cold. Now, If they weren't freezing, I could probably deal with it, but I know when the temperatures start to drop, next month we're probably going to see mid to high teens. And then in February, we're probably going to see some single-digit mornings. So these will certainly not hold up for that low of a temperature because they're very thermoregulating. So I do have to make those old slippers reappear when it's colder. Now, tonight I did wear these walking the dog. Now it's after work. I still had my socks on. I'm breaking in a new pair of boots, so my feet needed a break from them. I slipped my Tengries on. It's about 30 degrees outside right now, and they're totally fine. I was actually a little warm with 30 degrees, so I could probably wear these into the low to mid 20s with a good heavy pair of socks on. Below that, I'm probably not going to wear this. And to be honest, if it's in like the single digits in like 10, 12 degrees, I'm not wearing slippers at all. I'm wearing a pair of duck boots or an insulated pair of boots to walk the dog, even in the morning. So I will be throwing on a pair of socks. But generally, I'll go to like 20 degrees, 20, 21 degrees. I will wear a slipper boot, if you will, to walk the dog. And these are just not warm enough for that because they're thermoregulating. Inversely, once it gets warm out, these are going to be nice to slip on, especially as the temperatures are kind of creeping up. So wearing these when it is 40 or 50 degrees out is going to be a lot more comfortable because they are thermoregulating. So ultimately, I can wear these in a wider range of temperatures than I can my other ones that seem to just disappear on me. So ultimately, they're going to still be able to be used for that initial reason, and actually for in a longer period of time. I've also been wearing these around the house, more so than I thought I would, because my old indoor slippers were so beat up. I mean, I still have them, I still wear them, I keep them upstairs, so if I'm just running around upstairs, they're around, but I have been wearing these quite a bit inside the house, and they are so comfortable. Like, I put them on and I forget I have them on, and I don't even like intend. I might slide them on to like run outside and do something, like get something from the car, throw something in the recyclable bin, grab the mail, something like that. And they're so comfortable, I forget I have them on, and I just walk around in them all day long. They're great, they're so comfortable. And I've been wearing these at night when I take Miss Hazel Fantastic to dance class because, again, I'm breaking in a new pair of boots, so my feet need a break from those boots a little bit, and I will throw these on when I get home, and I'll cook dinner, I'll run around the house, and then I will take her to dance class and come home, and I have a very comfortable pair of footwear on. And because they have a relatively easy on and off for observation night, they got new floors. I can't wear shoes inside the dance studio. I have to kick my shoes off, so I can easily kick these off and put them back on, and then I'm good to go. I don't have a pair of boots that I have to unlace, loosen up, pull off, put back on, and then lace back up, which is not very convenient when you're in a small room with about 12 to 15 kids and their parents, and everyone's trying to get changed so they can go home. Yeah, having something you can slide on and off is incredibly convenient. So I've actually worn these for far more purposes than I had intended to wear them, and they are incredibly comfortable. Now, the fit of them is really nice. Now, it's a wool slipper. It is a little snug at first, and now these I've only been wearing for about a month. I can feel the footbed is breaking in on me, and I do know from experience that the wool will stretch out. So while they are a tiny bit snug, they are not very tight, and they will loosen up a little bit more as I wear them. Now, another point with the sizing is that these do come in EU sizes, but there is a conversion. You just click the little tab on the site, it will convert it from EU into the US sizes. Now, I got mine in the 8.5 in the US size, and these fit me great. Now, I generally wear an 8.5 in a boot. On the branding scale, I'm like an 8.5D, and my sneakers, I usually wear a 9. I got these in an 8, and they fit great. They're a perfect fit for my feet. Now, the only other thing that I have to say as a point of note is putting them on. It can be a little interesting. I don't want to say difficult because it's not necessarily difficult, but it is interesting. The way I do it is I slide my foot in, and I will hold the tab on the back, and I will put my fingers on the front flap of the shoe. I will slide my foot in, and then I have to kind of crinkle my toes and kind of work it forward as I pull up on the front tab to kind of pull that elastic away, and then I can slide my foot in all the way and pull it up over my heel. Now, once these are on, they are incredibly comfortable. I don't feel like the instep is too tight at all. And again, once they stretch out, they will be a little easier to get on and off but initially sliding them on can be a little bit awkward. And that's it. That's the closest thing I have to a negative about the Tengries Walkabout, is that they are a little awkward to put on, but they do have a slide version that is basically a clog that you can just slide your foot directly in. So if you don't want to deal with that, just get the slide version, and then you don't have to deal with trying to shimmy your foot in there at all. But I chose the full version for the simple fact that I had tended to wear these when it was really cold outside, although I still do with a pair of socks, warmer socks. But in the mornings, I don't necessarily wear these all the time. I'm fishing those other ones out of the hiding spot that my wife has put them in, and I'm wearing those when it's really cold out. But like this morning, it wasn't that bad. It was probably in the mid 30s, and then it got a little cooler tonight, and I had these on with no socks on this morning at about 34, 35 degrees, and I was fine. And it's like 30, 31 out there now, and I did have socks on, and I was actually a little warm. I probably could have gotten away with wearing these in bare feet in this temperature. But once I break that 30-degree barrier, I'm gonna wanna have a sock on my foot if I'm wearing these outdoors. Now, the comfortability, these are great. Again, I've only been wearing these for about a month, but I can feel the insole is starting to break in and mold to my foot, and they're coming incredibly comfortable. Again, as I said earlier, I found myself wearing these far more than I had intended. These have essentially taken the place of both my house slippers and my outdoor slippers. I will slide these on to go do something, and they're so comfortable that I just leave them on in the house and forget they're on. So they're actually incredibly comfortable. Now, while these weren't a direct one-to-one replacement for what I had intended them to be, they are far more than I expected them to be. So I'm very pleased with the Kyrgies Tengries Walkabout. They both source and produce their products ethically with environmental sustainability in mind, with thousands of years of tradition. So yes, even though I did not know who Kyrgies were a couple of months ago, I do now, and I'm very pleased with both the products I'm seeing and everything I'm reading about the company. Now, these have been great to wear. You can see the soles are still in great shape, and as far as crepe soles go, these are incredibly comfortable, but I have found that they kind of just suck up all of the dirt or the color. So if you're walking on like blacktop, like streets when you're walking a dog, they generally just suck all that blacktop, and they get dark. Now, they always stay really, really comfortable. Now, they don't really wear that fast, but they just kind of get dirty real quick. And these ones didn't get that dirty. So I'm thinking all of the other crepe soles I have are not vulcanized milk of rubber. They're probably produced another way. So these are actually staying relatively clean. Now, again, the other ones, they look dirty, but they are not worn down, or and they're incredibly grippy, which are the same thing here. They're both incredibly grippy, not worn at all, really comfortable to walk on. But they, as far as crepe soles, they're staying pretty clean for a long period of time. And these have a decent amount of miles on them at this point. So yeah, I'm a fan. I think these are totally worth $99. I mean, that's really a pittance to pay. I think I paid roughly that same amount of money for my mini Tonkas that I've gotten. Well, Hazel's 6, and I've had them long before she was born, so they're over 6 years old, and I probably paid, I think, maybe $80 for those, probably close to 10 years ago at that point. And I'm gonna say these are on par with the quality, if not better than the quality that I got out of those mini Tonkas that are probably 8 to 10 years old. So I'm gonna say I could get most likely 8 to 10 years of wear out of these, even walking the dog, which I do not do in those mini Tonkas. They are just a leather sole slipper, and these have a crepe sole. So I can probably get that same 8 to 10 years or longer with wearing them both in the house and outdoors. So yeah, these are, it's a solid quality product. Very, very pleased with it. Very happy with it. And Kyrgies, thank you for sending these to me as a sample. Very satisfied with them. Highly recommend. I only have the experience with the Tengries, but from what I'm seeing out of this, I highly recommend just about any of their products. I think that any of their products, even their non-rubberized soles, their felt or suede soles, are going to last you for like a decade. This is a durable good, and I'm very satisfied with it. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.